Hello all. Welcome to Lady Canopy, the show where I attempt to make just about everything from the ground up. It's been a minute. It's been quite some time since we've had a check-in. I just wanted to let you know where I've been, what's been going on my end of the world, and what's gonna happen going forward. This year has been one heck of a crazy year. I started things out thinking I was gonna be working on the Not Walden series, and I was really excited, got all the supplies ready, started things rolling, and then at the end of August, one of my classes got canceled and it was not replaced. And because I am a part-time temporary worker, even though I have a contract, basically I was down a third of my income. In addition to that, my body still was not 100% right. This leg had never quite healed because of the injury. My medical is god-awful. I knew I needed to see a physical therapist. The company I was with only ever wanted to prescribe drugs. They didn't want to give me practical solution, and it took me months to finally get a physical therapy appointment. And when I finally did, it was a 10-minute consultation of crap that I used to do at the gym with my trainer. And then I had to pay a $15 copay. I could only get an appointment once a month because there was not enough doctors. Still 10-minute consultations to do basically squats and things that I was doing at the gym with the trainer. So nothing was healing, and I was wasting money, wasting my time. I kind of was like in freak out mode. This was end of August, beginning of September, nothing panned out. I was expecting to get another class. I never got reassigned. I think the first couple months I was still rolling with things, going, it's gonna work out, everything's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna continue on with this Not Walden series. I've committed to it, but in the back of my head I went, I need a plan B. I need to figure out what the heck's gonna happen if these budget cuts continue. I'm working for a state school. I work for both a college and a high school, but they are both public schools, which means I have no job security at this point. Education is all over the place right now. If this should be a reoccurring situation, I needed something in place. The wheels were turning while I was working on Not Walden. I continued to do as much as I can, and then I realized that the leg thing was still going to be a problem and I needed to get myself physically right. I decided to take money from my savings to invest in healing my body. I do a physical job regardless of whether I'm teaching or making my own artwork. I need my body to be right. So I went back to my trainer sometime in October. I was seeing him 3 days a week, and now finally it was more like what physical therapy should have been, because we were rehabbing the injury in the leg. And so my body also went through a massive physical stress, because for those 4 months I was pushing really hard. I wasn't on a weight loss journey with this trainer. I was on a rehab situation. And when you're trying to rehab a body, if anybody's ever had to do it, it's painful. It requires a lot of work, and somehow I feel like it takes like 10 times more energy to heal the body than it is to do just basic weight training. That was building up with the stress of not knowing what the heck's going on and trying to come up with a plan. And I think it all just hit me. I got overwhelmed. I had so many projects going on. I decided that I wanted to start this new furniture venture, Jiggy Flip, which is flipping furniture that I find at the Goodwill and making them new, which I'm in love with the idea. But between the wanting to finish the Not Walden, the wanting to start this new business, the need for my body to heal, the stress of not knowing what the hell I'm gonna do monetarily, it got to me. The beginning of March, I cracked. I had already pre-booked a trip to go and meet my brother in Ireland. He has a punk band and they were playing in different pubs in Ireland. So I was already locked in, things were paid for. I went to Ireland, had a great time, got to see my family, my Filipino brothers that I never really get to hang out with that much, and it was great. But in the back of my head, I had that stress of, crap, what am I doing? I'm here spending money on this trip that I shouldn't be spending. It was a lot of things. And then the fires happened, which was another crazy thing, because it didn't affect us personally. We did have smoke and ash, but it was scary time. And, a lot of my friends and the artist community were affected by it, and it was a lot, okay? It was a lot. So March came, and I just was like, I need to shut down. I can't do this. I needed to take a major step back. I needed to regroup. I hit the pause button, and I kind of set everything aside. I also, where I'm sitting now, welcome to my new again again because this used to be my office ages ago, or my interior studio workspace when I first started this channel. Then COVID happened and I gave up this room to become my bedroom so that Sarah could have an office space to finish writing her dissertation. And I moved into the front room where I was doing a lot of my work. You've seen some footage of me in that room, but when all this came to a head, this front room is on the street and the window over there is very thin because this is an old house where renters. I was under too much stress that I was not sleeping, and then something happened with the changeover of this neighborhood. It used to be pretty quiet. New families have come in and there would be like fireworks going off at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be waking up from things that sound like gunshots, and then people like street racing down the middle of the road at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just was not sleeping. Sarah agreed to give up her office and move into the second living room space where I was sewing originally. I took back this room for the studio space. I did shoot some footage before the big changeover of what the spaces looked like as I was moving, so I'll show you some of that footage. Because I was doing this in the middle of the semester, I was still not like fully resolved. I'm still organizing things. Y'all, this is my chaotic mess of where I do my sewing, editing, this tiny corner in the, I guess, first living room. This is what it looks like, okay? And it's a giant ass mess. It is right by the front door. This is what I sit in, and it's like incredibly hard to concentrate. And then I have these obstacles like this. This is the bag I was working on, and yeah, and underneath it is the Glowforge somewhere. At a certain point, when I have too many things going on, too many projects plus school stuff, I get to this state of angst, anxiety, frustration, and I just don't want to even be in the space because it's a fucking nightmare. I am now going to be converting my bedroom into a workspace. Yeah, I only sleep in my bedroom, and it is not much bigger than this, but sort of bigger. But I will be able to organize things a little bit better. Y'all, I already started moving stuff and forgot to take footage of what my room looked like before I did that, but I've been packing up stuff. And yeah, I already moved in some of the cabinets, but this used to be my bedroom and is about to become the craft room. Yeah, so here's a bit of a in-betweens because I forgot the befores. Alright y'all, this is the very funky space that is about to become my bedroom again. There is not much room in here. It's like this weird triangle shape, and you can see like how big that mattress is and how much of this space it takes up. So there's not going to be much in here but my bed and the dresser and my Legos. Alright y'all, here is a top view of what is usually under my bed. I have a lot of Harry Potter Legos, y'all. I am that geek. And I have built, I guess, hidden stairs to get up onto my bed, which is a giant platform bed. And you move the stairs out of the way in order to get into this Lego space. I haven't put the top of the platform on yet, so this was a good opportunity to take a look at what usually is under my bed. This is how I make use of a very tight space. As you can see how small this room is. I'm trying to back up as much as I possibly can. The whole room is basically bed. So this gives me kind of a little hangout, little spot to have somewhere else to do stuff. The stairs are double as where I put my shoes. Of course, you know, this is down and dirty. I've never bothered to paint it or put a wood finish on it. I don't know. It's just one of those, I wanted function and I'm more concerned about getting on with making things and have a pretty craft room and not really having a pretty bed. Right, y'all. This is the not organized yet messy space. And you'll notice there's a cage here. We picked up another stray. Sarah was feeding in a parking lot at PetSmart. This is a temporary situation. She's pretty feral. I am trying to socialize her. She's not actually in there. She's hiding under my bins somewhere over there. The future goal was to have another set of this cabinet series makes lower cabinets. So that we have 2 more of these, just the short, like the bottom halves. And I wanted to put them back to back where this cage is so I can put the Glowforge on it and have a proper full sewing table. But for now, it's gonna be a while. I can't do anything until I get this baby girl fully socialized and squared away. It's workable. It is what it is for now. I'm okay with it. I moved the Cricut over here. This cart needs to find a new home. I haven't figured out what the heck I'm going to do with it. I think there's not much on it but these paints. You will be seeing this room because I will probably be doing my sewing fiber works is all going to be kind of done in this room. So, and here is my bedroom, which is still a work in progress. You can see. Still, this room is super tiny. It's mostly like the bed. I got enough room for this dresser. It's a very weird angled space. Basically a cat haven. The cats come in here. This was like, I just need to throw everything in here so I can move on to getting the rest of the situation squared away. So this is a very tiny, tight room, but since I pretty much only sleep, it doesn't really matter to me. I spend most of my time out in the studio, either outside or working in the office. Things are still getting organized, and I kind of wanted to get it done before the start of the summer because my plan for the summer is to go ahead and continue with the Jiggy Flip series. I have some offers on booths to go and show at pop-up booths, which was my goal, to take these products that are not just furniture. I have some ceramics, I have furniture. Basically, if I was to take all the things I kind of do on this channel and creating that total environment, that kind of stuff, and cram them into a booth sale. So it's not far off from what I've been doing. There is no cohesive theme because with the Jiggy Flip furniture, I kind of find a reclaimed piece of furniture, look at it and go, okay, what are you? What are you going to be? And sometimes I have sets of things or sometimes it's a one-off piece of furniture. They're not cohesive themed furniture together. It's still in the same wheelhouse of the things I do here on this channel. My plan for this summer is to go ahead and continue working on that furniture. I am going to film it. So there will be one-off pieces where you get to see how I've transformed a chair into an entryway table. If I can manage, I will also try to work on the Not Walden series. If I'm feeling like I'm in a good place with the Jiggy Flip by maybe July-ish, I'll make that decision if I'm going to go back and start doing some of the Not Walden stuff. But my main focus is going to be to try and get the booth sale stuff because I do not know what the fall looks like. I feel like it's either cut in classes or be overwhelmed with classes because now I'm at the point where I feel like I don't have room to say no and I need to kind of think about the future of where I want to go. Eventually, I think I will be leaving education in the institution way. I would like to get myself out of the institutionalized education and work towards being able to do workshops and things that are a little more relaxed where people can come and learn a specific skill away from the politics and the constant fight of the institution. But right now it's paying the bills and I need to keep that. So I'm trying to get into this transition stage where I set myself up to have another flow of income while I'm still teaching and taking on whatever I can. Don't anticipate the fall I'm going to be able to do many of my own projects because I might be loading up on teaching opportunities so that I can make sure that my income is sustained and I'm not in a situation where I'm freaked out. And because of that, my goal is to do as much making and as much filming as I can this summer so I have content to release to you in the fall. Which means even though I'm going to be making all summer, I'm not going to be releasing content immediately all summer long. I plan to spend the next couple months doing things like this, a vlog check-in. It won't be as long as this one because this one is just me mapping out what the heck happened and where we're going. But I want to do these monthly check-ins where I kind of show you the progress of what I've been making, what I'm working on, and then come the fall, I will hopefully have enough content to where I can start up with weekly videos again, and I will spend the fall concentrating my efforts on the editing part. Basically, that's how I got overwhelmed. It wasn't about the making part, it was the editing thrown into the making, thrown into the all chaos of my life, and I got overwhelmed in that sense. So sometimes a video will take me anywhere between 10 hours to 30 hours a week just to edit one video. And that's a huge chunk of time to edit a video, especially if it's a tutorial video. It's basically like prepping a lecture. I don't want to miss any of the important information, even if it's a relaxed tutorial. There are bits of information and process that happen that I want to make sure I capture or that is at least represented in film some way so that nothing goes missed when you're watching those type of videos. So it can take a long time for an edit. It's not the same thing as this type of vlog format where I'm just yakking and I'm kind of like editing out my million ums and uhs. But for that, it's a little bit quicker of an edit. Anyhow, that's where things stand. All right, y'all, I'm gonna call this here. I hope you enjoyed this update. Stay tuned. I will get you monthly vlog post of just a check-in until we get rolling back in the fall with full-on videos again. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thanks for this little check-in chat, and I hope to see you soon.